Hey guys, it's Elizabeth, Finding Elizabeth, and today is Monday, June 20th, 2016. I am back in California, thank God. This is my week 114 post-op vertical sleeve gastrectomy update, filming in a different spot today because it is hot as hell in Huntington Beach. It never gets that hot here. It is like 91 degrees the last time I checked, and I have a fan in my office, so I thought instead of being sweaty while I made my video, I'd come up here. So how is everybody? I got a haircut today, too. I know people were saying they liked my hair long, but it was making me crazy. This may be a little too short, but after the summer's over, I'm going to grow it out. So, anyway. I'm like digging on my collarbones. I was just on a Google Hangout, and I couldn't focus on what people were saying because I was looking at my collarbones, like you've never heard me say that before. Anyway, weight loss surgery stuff. What are my stats that everybody already knows? My starting weight in January of 2014 was 402 pounds. My weight on my date of surgery, which was April 14th, 2014, was 360.6 pounds. The last time I gave you guys a weight, which was 2 weeks ago, it was 206 pounds. Today, it was 200.2 pounds. So overall, that's a 200 plus pound loss and a 6 pound loss since 2 weeks ago. But the 200 is where, that's why I need to get below. I mean, I've been at the same weight for a while, give or take 5 or 6 pounds. Well, give 5 or 6 pounds, take maybe 2 pounds. So I like to track how much I've lost in a year and a month at this point. So in the last year, I've lost 13.5 pounds. In the last month, I've lost 2.8 pounds. So, New Hampshire, the rest of the story. It fucking sucked. Not all of it, not the part that involved weight loss surgery, people, but all the parts that involved Brian pretty much sucked. And the flight home was kind of fun too. So, first of all, I just want to say, you guys continuously blow me away with your support. I think between YouTube and Facebook, I had more than 100 comments, private messages, texts of people telling me to get the fuck out of there. Yeah, it took me a couple days, but I did. I left early. I was supposed to stay until Friday. I actually decided Tuesday night that I was leaving. I left first thing Wednesday to take up the kind offer of Jen, RNY for me, who I'd always wanted to meet. I'll talk about that in a minute. To go to her house, which I did. Stayed there Wednesday night and then came home a day early on Thursday. So, I don't even know what I want to say. I don't even know what I want to say about it because it was just so fucked up. And I guess the part I'm struggling with is that I said in my last video, I've never had a great chooser when it came to men, but I thought I was getting better with him. I truly did. I mean, I saw some red flags, but not to the extent. And actually, this was so much worse because I had actually believed and trusted in the things he said, where in the past I'd always sort of held back a little bit. So this was actually even worse than when I did in my 20s and 30s. So, I don't know. I need to figure that out and where my head is as far as that goes. But wanted to touch base on how freaking amazing all of you guys are. The comments, the messages. I'm going to go back and read those when I feel, I don't know. I don't know if it's weak, but when I feel, because I am still in contact with him, which I know, yell at me, whatever. I have all of his stuff, so, I mean, we're sort of entwined a little bit at the present moment, and although I've gotten lots of suggestions of what to do with it, I'm not that person. I'm not going to do that. So, anyway, I wanted to highlight a couple people that I saw and talked to or heard from. Everybody was just amazing. I mean, I read those messages over and over and cried when I was feeling bad, and that love and support is so amazing. I mean, I was thinking today, I walked out of basically last week, I was planning on working all week while I was gone, because he was going to be at work all day except for the days he had off. So my plan was to work all day. So that worked Thursday and Friday before everything went to, or that worked Friday before everything went to hell in a handbasket. And then I basically disappeared from work because I was like an emotional basket case. So this morning I opened my door and there's a FedEx package out front, and it's from my boss and my 2 colleagues. It's a gift certificate for Burke Williams, which is a spa here, and it says, "Welcome home, we love you." I am so blessed with the most amazing people in my life. I need to give a fuck less about a guy. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. I feel so ridiculous being 50 years old and being heartbroken over this, but it is what it is. So anyway, I have all these truly amazing people, and all of you, most of you who are watching, I heard from people who had never commented before and never messaged me before. And I just can't tell you how much it meant to me. I heard from some guys in the community, and that touched my heart too. I don't know. It just sounds sometimes sounds a little different coming from a guy that, I don't know. It was nice. I had previously made plans to go visit Scotty, RNY, in New York. He was going to come from Canada and meet me, which was so funny because I don't think either one of us had ever thought a couple weeks ago when we were texting that we would meet each other in person. And here's the funny part, the ironic part. The day I got to New Hampshire, I said to Brian, "I just want to run this by you because I know I wouldn't like it. I probably would have a problem with it if it were the other way around, but are you okay with me going and driving 3 hours to meet this guy I only know on the internet?" Yeah. I asked if that was okay. And his response was, just kills me now. His response was, "I trust you. If you feel like it's an okay thing to do, I'm okay with you doing it." Yeah, I guess you are. But anyway, so I drove to New York to see Scotty, and on the way, I got a message. I got a FaceTime call from a number that I didn't recognize in Florida, and I didn't answer it because if I don't know the number, I usually don't answer it. And then it called back again regular, and so I thought, well, let me answer it because it may be, if they're calling back again, let me answer it. And it was Precious, and it was just so touching to me that she called me. We had met briefly in Nashville, but had not spent a lot of time together, and so that meant a lot to me that she called me. So thank you, Precious. And so then I went to see Scotty. Okay, he is way cuter in person than he is on video. Just saying. He takes his glasses off, he looks just like George Clooney. And I think he looks a little, sorry Scotty, I hope you don't take offense to any of this, but I think he looks a little thin in his videos, but he's actually pretty built, very handsome guy, had a great time. He was absolutely delightful, and I wish I actually left after a couple hours because I had said I would get back by the time Brian got off work after all of this. So I left just after we had lunch, a couple hours, and afterwards I was like, why did I do that? I should have stayed and hung out with Scotty and it would have been more fun. But we had an amazing meal. It's so funny. This was it seemed to me to be a podunk town. But this restaurant was really pretty incredible. I had a shrimp Caesar salad, and then we shared a molten lava cake with vanilla ice cream, and it was really good. And Scotty can eat way more than me, and he's still a skinny, what do you call a skinny bitch in a guy? I don't know, but it's annoying that all you guys reach your goals so fast. But it was absolutely delightful, and I'm so glad I had the opportunity to meet him. How many minutes? I'm sure we're like 15 minutes in. We're 9 minutes in already, and I haven't even gotten past my first set of notes. Okay, so then, right after I posted my video, Jen had sent me an email saying, get out of there and come to my house. So I wasn't totally sure that I wanted to leave yet, although I should have, but by Tuesday night I was, and I called her and several other people crying hysterically. Thank you. People who couldn't even understand what I was saying. Because I was crying so hard. But anyway, so I drove up to Cape Cod the next day, and I had wanted to meet Jen forever. Jen was one of the first people I watched. Patty had turned me on to her. She was one of the people that she originally mentioned. I sort of felt like she was part of my relationship because she's the person I had connected with when I first started dating Brian, because she had just started dating and I wanted to talk to her about the loose skin thing. And she doesn't really go to meet and greets that I'm aware of, and so she had been somebody that I really wanted to meet. So here she does. Here she is. She says, yeah, I'm going to leave a key under the door. Somebody she's never met leaves a key under the door. I go into her beautiful little cute little house in Cape Cod, to her amazing dog, who is so sweet and wonderful. And so I waited for her to get home a little bit, and we just had the most delightful time sitting outside in her yard, having girl talk, having cheese and salami and bread and beer, and it was exactly what I needed to sort of get out of myself. And then the next day I left her house and came home. So what did I take from this trip? Oh, I wanted to say two other things. Two other people that I got comments from that I was quite surprised by. I had, I think I tend to forget that it's not just people in the weight loss surgery community who watch my videos. And I got a message from my son who said, Mom, I'm so sorry. You deserve so much more than a guy who's going to make you cry on a bridge. Yeah, that made me cry in a bathroom when I got that. So that was very sweet. And then just now on the Google Hangout I was on before this, one of my colleagues, who I actually feel close to, and had sent a message about what was going on, but I didn't realize she watched my videos, and she mentioned on the Hangout that she had watched my video. And I was like, oh, whoa, I need to remember. Or maybe I don't. I mean, it is what it is. I am who I am. I'm not that different here than I am in real life. But it's like, oh, wow. People in my real life who have nothing to do with the weight loss surgery community occasionally watch my videos. Imagine that. So anyway. So I did have one big giant NSV as a result of all this. For the first time in my life, I truly feel, and like I said, I haven't totally disconnected with him. I should. I'm not quite there yet. But what I realized this time, and just believed with my whole heart, was he really fucked up. This was a huge loss for him. And I told him that. I mean, because not only am I pretty and smart and outgoing and engaging, I love the shit out of him. And I show that, and I did the best that I could, and I think it's far better than a lot of people would have done. And it's a big fucking loss for him, because somebody else is going to get that, right? But people have told me that in the past in my relationships, oh, it's a loss for that person, but I never truly felt that, because I thought, oh yeah, maybe, but I'm 300 pounds, I'm 400 pounds, so they're doing me a favor. Well, he wasn't doing me a favor, and I showed up in that relationship 150%, and he really fucked up. So that's a huge NSV for me. Okay, enough about that. I probably don't want to talk about that anymore. I feel like I've talked way too much about it. Okay, so I just have to mention this because I thought it was kind of funny, is on my trip home, where I didn't have to change planes. On the way there, I changed planes. So it's 6 hours from Boston. I was in a middle seat next to a very large man who, I don't know if he had palsy or Parkinson or whatever, and he was the sweetest man, and I was very considerate and kind to talk to him, but it was like, okay, this is hell. I'm squished in this middle seat for 6 hours, and this guy's hand is hitting me the whole way on my leg. It almost seemed like a, I don't know, trains, planes, and automobile kind of story. And then I got into LA at 5 o'clock, and it took 2 hours and an Uber to get home. But then I was finally home. Yay. All right, so what's next? Fuck, I don't know. I have been so invested in this relationship. I did go out on a date Friday night. It was way too soon to do that. I'm going to take a step back from that. But it was a nice guy. But yeah, I was kind of thinking, okay, you need to jump right back in to get your mind off of this, but maybe I need to take a little bit of a break and deal with some of this stuff. So food and exercise since I've been home. I haven't been eating that much. Food hasn't been top of mind. I did go make a tri-tip and pretty much ate that all weekend while I wallowed in self-pity and watched Orange is the New Black and texted and talked to my friends. And exercise. I think my trainer Brandon has finally set back up a place we can train. I'm pretty broke right now, so I need to see if I can work something out with him to pay him Tuesday for the exercise we do today. But I can probably do that. I walked this morning. I went to the beach. It was amazing. I just never realized before when I was overweight how much nature feeds me. Even in, New Hampshire and New England was so gorgeous. And as sad as I was that last Monday when I made the video, just being in that space of green and river just fills me up. And the same thing can be said about the ocean today. So I walked 2 miles today. I will probably start going back to 24-hour fitness. I'm just going to try to keep it protein and produce. I'm buying very limited groceries because I know when I'm emotional I tend to eat things I shouldn't eat, and I have to admit I did buy a bag of frosted animal cookies, and over 4 days I ate the entire bag. Yeah, that happened. But anyway, so I'm trying not to keep anything in the house other than things that are okay for me to eat. And what's next? I don't know. Focusing on me, focusing on my work. With traveling for a couple weeks before this, being gone last week, I'm pretty behind. So I think I really want to focus on work. I want to focus on the Naked Truth and getting that built up a little bit. I want to do my prayer and meditation. I've got some time with weight loss surgery peeps coming up this week. A lot of time. That makes me very excited. I'm going out to dinner with Sandries tomorrow. Thursday, I think Kirk is here, and so we're going to go hang out with him. I'm going to have a WLS slumber party with Gracie and Patty on Saturday night, and I got to hang out with Amy last night. She was on a cruise while my whole life was falling apart, which made me very sad because I wanted to talk to her, and she was not there, but she was. She was in spirit. So yeah, that's it. Just big, huge, gigantic thank you to all of you for your love and support, and I cannot tell you how much it makes a difference in my life. And I want to give quick shout outs to Emma, whose YouTube name I don't know, but she had surgery, or I don't remember, but she had surgery last week, so I want to say congratulations to her, and to ekilpatrik, who is having surgery this week. And join us on The Naked Truth on Sunday. We're going to have Amy Nunez from Australia on with us. So you guys have a really amazing week, and I love you all. Bye.